to the Keyboard Road Warrior series with me, Movie Scouts 007. So, we leveled up to level 12 at the end of the last video, which means that we have a juicy skill point. You can see the little one sitting there, looking at us, all lovely. So let's see where we're going to put that. So I think we should go with long distance or high value, and I'm not sure which one to go with. So high value gives you a 10% higher reward for high value cargo, so that's an extra 5% on top of level 1. Long distance gives you deliveries up to 1,000 kilometers, 10% higher reward for deliveries with distances longer than 750k. Let's do that. Let's add long distance, and we'll just do them even, apply them evenly. So we've applied that. We've got one. Did we apply it? Yes, we applied it. Sorry, my brain is really not functioning. We also have some new upgrades to look at. So we're a Volvo. Lower grille guard. Ooh, nice fancy beacon, sun visors. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, mind you, it's a lot of money. £49,500. We get an ugly interior. That's hideous. Ooh, we do get a nice interior for the FH, which I would apply if we didn't have the mod, which made it nice. So we're going to go for a truck. We're going to go for a garage expansion and an extra truck before we go for our cab upgrade. We have got £86,700, so we can afford that upgrade. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to visit our garage by pressing G, click on Liverpool, and let's upgrade that bad boy. And we're going to spend our £80,000 on that. And you can see those slots are now no longer locked. We're going to get a little flyover to show our garage in its new condition, its new fancy look. Of course, it's night time, so you can't see anything. You can see diddly squat. But nonetheless, the game feels the need to do a little flyover. And there's our garage, 5 slots. And I don't know if you can just make out. Okay, no, we're in the that's the interior view. But on the left-hand side, you'll see a petrol. You would see a petrol station appear. But we're not in Liverpool anymore, so that won't help us until we're back in Liverpool. We can fast travel to Liverpool, should we want to. But we're not going to do that because we're going to do what I always have promised that we will do, is we take jobs from where we are. So let's give a quick look at the map, find out where our... Okay, so we have to go out and then turn right. That's cool. Out and right. We have to do a UE here to get out of this horrible depot that I don't like because I've crashed in it. Because it's damned narrow. Let's see if we can get out of here without... See, why couldn't I do that on the way in, eh? Right. Alright, let's go. And then immediately turn left. Oh, squeaky bum time. We just made it in front, so 5% damage. I'm not sure what that's going to be. That's how much it's cost us. £2,500. Oh, actually, do you know, it's just occurred to me we could have had more damage than we can afford to repair. All right, let's go get some rest. Let's go get some rest. I got an email because I think, yeah, I got an email. Because we dipped into our overdraft and then we dipped straight out of it again. Yep, there you go. Your account is overdrawn and your account is settled. So that's good. So 5,000. That's a relief. Where were we? I forget now. Oh. Let's get some daylight on this. There we go. Finally some bleeding daylight. So, let's look at the job market. See where we can go. Apologies for that. I've just eaten and my meal wants to make its presence felt. Białystok. Białystok, which is over here. It's the furthest north-east that you can get in the game. So we've got 2 deliveries for Białystok. We've got a giant digger, diggers, and we've got tractors. And they're both going the same destination, but one gives us an extra £1,000. I think we'll do that. Let's set our GPS. Right, so the next aim is to get, I think, £80,152. I think that's how much it costs to get an additional lorry. So that's our next goal, £80,152. Then we want 30k to get our lovely cab. Alright, boom. Let's get our load. And we have to go left. Let's go. I don't need that. I will leave the lights on, but I'm not going to keep the high beams on because I don't need them. High beams will go on at night. I know I shouldn't be playing with the high beams, but the fact remains that if I don't put the high beams on, you guys are staring at an awful lot of black screen, which isn't pleasant. It's not the point of this video. I don't play with them. It's in my private profile because it's more of a challenge to do so without. But I cannot. Oops, that was a bit naughty. I can't present videos where most of the screen is black. That's not good YouTube. Okay. Copenhagen likes traffic lights. It likes to have plenty of traffic lights. I'm guessing actually this is the road we came in on. I can't remember. So we're heading to Poland. Poland has the cheapest fuel and the cheapest toll roads. The cheapest toll roads are in Britain because there aren't any. So they're zero. But the cheapest toll roads, the toll booths you have to travel through, the cheapest I think are Poland, by far and away the cheapest petrol. So we're heading right. So there is whatever that is in Copenhagen. So yeah, as I suspected, the castle's just too small. All it looks is an airport. That's the airport. That is in fact the air traffic control tower for Copenhagen Airport. Although I was not aware that Copenhagen's airport was smack in the centre of town. It looks a bit industrial. Yeah, I honestly don't believe that they have put the bombarded castle in the map. It's not there. That's a shame, but it's totally understandable. Oh, you idiot! Done it again. I have. That is totally my fault. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Right, we need this guy to go away. So we need to give him some room, and then hopefully he will move off. Yep, there he goes. You give him enough room and they will move off. That's my fault for not looking at where I was going. And I was in the wrong lane, and then I steered into a car I couldn't see in front of my lorry because it was obscured by my lorry. At some point I will stop crashing into people. It's got to happen at some point. It really does. Being a little reckless about my speed at the moment, so I would imagine at some point I'm going to get a speeding fine. But there you go. And then we'll sit and wait for our lights to change before we can pick up our diggers. So it's a left and then a right, and then we should be on our way to Białystok. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. Oh my goodness me, what the hell am I doing? I was lucky there was nothing coming the other way. That's what happens when you go around a corner too fast, is you cannot steer in. Again, the vehicle won't let you go in, which is realistic. The faster you're going, the more difficult it is to steer in. So, let's oh, I didn't tell you what I didn't do. I didn't get a shot of our load. Let's check out the freight market. So, where are we? That's our load. Let's go and take it. Is it that one? Yes, that one in front of us. We whizzed all the way past the... it's not the first time I've done that. Whizzed all the way past the loading... Right, let's go and hook up. Oh, that's that horrible ore. See that white one there? That's that horrible ore load. That's incredibly challenging. I'm going to want a steering wheel before I do that one again, so that I can change direction more quickly to stabilize the load. Right, let's head to Białystok. So this is going to be the full journey, the full 16 hours, because we've got no ferries to cross. Oh, actually, no, we do. No, we got a bridge. We got a bridge. So I'm using the number keys to do this. Actually, strictly speaking, didn't need to look right, because my brain is in driving on the left-hand side of the road mode, which would mean crossing both lanes of traffic, but of course I'm not. So I'm being a fool. Copenhagen's quite big. I've noticed that Copenhagen is quite big. That's interesting. Oh, that was lucky. I recognise this junction. Alright, so, and we're a go. Let's see if we can get this without knocking anything down or hitting anyone. Oh, excellent. That's green, that's good. I kind of wish, I'm going to be on the hunt, while I'm playing on this laptop, I'm going to be on the hunt for a view that gives you more of a view of the road ahead. I've just noticed. You may have noticed, if you've watched this long enough, you may have noticed there's a little yellow blob here, and that's just stuck pixels. But I've just noticed suddenly brand new stuck pixels, which is really annoying. This is an old laptop. It's 2 years old, which is old for laptops. I'm in the wrong lane. Is there anything around me? No, there's nothing around me, so I can't do this. It's kind of cheating somewhat. but I don't want to hit another vehicle. So I'm trying to be conservative. I want to get one load with an excellent rating, and it hasn't happened very often in the last few loads. I think in the last 6 loads I've had one excellent rating, and the rest have either been good work or the one I got one. Oh, I hit a road sign. Ah, oh, curses. I hit a road sign. That was bad. Ooh, easy. So relatively slow on this curve, and then upwards. Up we go, up we go, up we go. And yeah, so I'm determined to try and get an excellent rate. And I was so close coming into Copenhagen, and then the wheels came off the vehicle when we ploughed into that car, at the stationary car at the traffic lights. We hit 2 cars we couldn't. We hit a car we couldn't see coming out of a junction, and then to cap it all, what actually caused me to lose the excellent was I clattered the load on the archway entrance to our delivery point, because I took a too wide a turn. So this is my bid to get an excellent, and to try and keep that progress going, to try and keep getting excellence. It's not going to be easy. Let's not remember not to drive too fast on these, because you can tip the load over. Although I think this one is all right so far. So we've got quite a journey ahead of us. This is definitely this. He's not going to come in. That's good. I thought for a second he was going to pull in front of me and leave me with nowhere to go. So we're at 9,000. We are almost. We're almost 1/8 of the way to our 4th truck, our 4th fleet truck. It's quite a struggle at the beginning of this game. This profile is level 12. My private profile, I'm level 30, and I am at the end of every journey, I'm able usually to afford to buy a garage and at least 1 lorry and an upgrade. The last 2 journeys I made, not only was I able to afford the garage and the upgrade and the lorry, but I was able to completely kit out that garage with 5 lorries, 5 drivers. So it takes a long time to get going, but once you get going, this snowball effect is incredible. And what that will mean is if you do that little bit of extra, that little bit of penance at the beginning of the game, sort of the first 12 levels of just making sure you're buying lorries and garages and upgrading them, and doing that instead of spending a ton of money on upgrades, what you'll find is that very quickly, eventually, when you hit level 20, you start to be able to, every sort of 2 or 3 journeys, you start to be able to afford a garage. And then when you can afford a garage every single journey, then you can start throwing money at your lorry, which is what I intend to do this one. We will hold off until we've got, I think we've got a left. We've got a right turn. We've got a right turn coming up the junction. Coming off at this junction. I'm sure 10 a.m. they're wondering why on earth I've got my lights on. I'm going to put them on dipped, because main beam is too much. Oh no. Oh no, traffic jam. These junctions are a nightmare because you'll find that the traffic ahead of you just wants to sit and wait for everything to come through. Now, I'm kind of reluctant to speed through, primarily because you can see the double white lines, and that means I'll get a fine. At least this isn't an accident. And also, there's nothing on this side of the road. There's no oncoming traffic, which means there's nothing going to get blocked. That's the nightmare scenario. You've got oncoming traffic that gets blocked, and what happens is they cause a traffic jam at the other end, and so you end up with an immovable traffic jam, and then you have to exit the game, save the game, exit it, reload it, and then you'll end up with nothing in front of you. This is just ridiculous. We surely have right of way. Oh no. This is going to take ages. I'm not sure, but I think for the sake of this video, I might do something highly irregular and a little bit illegal. And I might... Yes. And you can see... Oh, I caused that car to come to a grinding halt. I might have caused an accident there, which is incredibly bad form. But there's no way I was sitting there for another 10 minutes wasting your time while we watched stationary traffic. I would have done that in my private profile as well. I've no patience whatsoever. There's no need for that. Leaving the motorway, they do not have right of way. All vehicles leaving that slip road must give way to the traffic going under the bridge, because that traffic should have the right of way. So we're on our way to Białystok. I believe we're still in Denmark. I think we are. Yes, but we're about to get a bridge. We're about to get on a bridge to Germany, we're about to hit Rostock. So, at some point, easy tiger. At some point in our horizon, we should see a nice big bridge to Rostock. So this is going to be a 15-hour journey. Hopefully we will... will we get a nice big payout? So 50k. I wish we could do 50k. I wish we could do 50k. And we're going to carry on straight. Well, seems everyone else is turning. Oh, I think we actually get a ferry to Rostock, not a bridge. Why did I think it was a bridge? Now that I think about it, it was dotted lines, which absolutely is a ferry or a tunnel, not a bridge. Well, there you go. More for me. Alright, I think this is one where we have to drive on. Now, I must remember to be circumspect when going over the ramp, because I've damaged cargo going over ramps into vehicles before now, and I don't want to do any damage. I want that excellent rating. I crave that excellent rating. So let's head to Rostock, and then we'll go through northern Germany. Yeah, Rostock, 2 hours. We don't get no sleep. We won't get any sleep for our little short hop to Rostock. So let's rock and roll. Let's cross North Germany, head into Poland, and go all the way across northern Poland. Right. There's a place. Oh, we're not going to hit it. This, for some reason, this is the one place in the game that doesn't highlight yellow when you visit it, and I don't know why. But there you go. I thought we were going to it, but of course, we've discovered Rostock. Since we've discovered it, should we go and get the discoverables? My rule was, we're not going to discover stuff aimlessly, but if we've discovered it, where's that? Yeah, we can get back on the road. Yeah, that's no problem. So, turn right at the roundabout. Find those discoverables. Because obviously we're a few journeys away from hiring a new driver, but the more agencies we find before we... there's nothing coming from the left. The more agencies we find before we hire a new driver, the better chance we'll have of getting a good driver with a reasonably high level. Because if you look, we're 5.8, and and we look at the garage. Our other drivers are. Let's look at actually driver manager. Sorry. 2.5 and 2.5. Your 2.7, I think, is the highest you can find in the game. 2.7 is the highest you can find from a recruiting agency that I've discovered so far. So you want those 2.7s because you want someone to compete with you. That's the way I view it. It's quite funny, in my private profile I have not skilled up evenly like I am in this profile. I've skilled up one skill at a time, and I've done them from the beginning. All ADR, all one after the other, all high value, all one after the other, all long distance, all one after the other, all fragile, all one after the other, all eco driving, one after the other. And in my private profile I'm currently working my way through just in time. And I'm still at 5.0 in my private profile, and I'm level 30. The YouTube profile, level 12, I'm a 5.8. I'm not 100% certain what that rating does for you. Actually, did I really want to turn off? I don't think I did. Oh, yes, I do. I'm going to take the next right. And let's use our parking brake for a change, as we should be. So yes, the more evenly, the more balanced your skill upgrading, the faster you upgrade. So I'm like I said, I'm stuck at 5.0 on my profile, but my skill. But my skills are greater. I've got significantly more skills. There's only one skill tree I haven't completely upgraded, and that is just in time. And I'm still at 5.0. This profile, I've only fully upgraded ADR. I've got one skill point attached to everything except long distance, which I upped to 2, and I'm at 5.8. So it pays to balance, to upgrade in a balanced way. In terms of your rating, I don't know what that does. Again, I do not know what that does for you. But I do know that I'm at 5.8 with only one skill point, at least one skill point in everything. So. It'd be interesting to get an answer from someone at SCS as to what that skill rating does for you, whether there's any purpose to it, whether it earns you greater rewards, lower repair bills, what, I don't know. So we are investigating the heck out of Rostock here. So we're about to leave Rostock. We're going to take that slip road. Oh, it's a dealership. I was kind of hoping it would be an agency, but we've discovered two cities, and both of them have had truck dealerships, which is fine. it means I can, if I wanted to, I could buy a Renault. But I want the recruitment agencies. I want that larger pool of drivers to select from. It'll come as we visit cities. The more deliveries we do, the more cities we will discover. The more the more agencies we're likely to find. One thing I am keen on doing is, although I am Volvo all the way, when we buy a garage in a city for which there is a manufacturer, a truck manufacturer. So, for instance, Paris is the home city for Renault. So when I buy a garage in Paris, then the Paris garage will be stocked with Renaults. When I buy the garage in Skov, is it Skovding? I think there's a sorry, this is not really on topic, but that one there. I wish I knew how the heck to pronounce it. Sieur d'Italia. But that will be Scania. Stuttgart will be stocked with Mercedes. Munich will be stocked with MAN trucks. Because there is no Eindhoven in the game, the nearest Dutch city to Eindhoven is Rotterdam. Rotterdam will be stocked with DAF. Torino or Turin will be stocked with Iveco because that's its home city. So yes, that's how that's going to work. I am going to find a home city for each of the trucks, and the garage in that home city will be stocked with that manufacturer's trucks. What I did in my private profile was I picked 4 cities at the corners of the map. So Aberdeen, Milan, Debrecen, and Białystok, and those were the 4 cities that I chose to have a garage in, so that I could fast travel from one corner of the map to the other. We are going to be in Białystok before we have enough money to do that, so that's not going to happen. I am going to build up a garage until it's fully stocked with 5 drivers before I start to buy another garage. Obviously, you can't fast travel to a city until you've bought a garage in it. And what you're doing is your vehicle is still driving from one location to the other. You're just not physically doing it yourself. So the time disappears. I think I've discussed this before. The time goes, but so you're not jumping. You're just not doing the driving yourself. So we are in Deutschland. If we look at the map, we are out of Rostock. Oh, actually, we're going around, but we're not going to go into Berlin because we're not going to go into it. We're not going into Poznan, so we're not going to go into that. We're not going into Lodz, so we're not going to go in there. We will go into Warsaw because we will go through Warsaw. We will discover Warsaw. So I'm going to go in, and I'm going to get those 2 discoverals, do that little loop and go back out. And then we will discover Białystok. So Białystok's got 1 discoverable, and knowing my luck, that will be a truck dealership. Warsaw's got 2. That's good. So we should get a recruitment agency out of that one. So I think I've got a truck dealer for all of the. I think I've discovered. Actually, no, that might not be the case. If I go to truck dealers. I've discovered a DAF, I've discovered an Iveco, MAN, Mercedes, Renault, Scania, and Volvo. Yeah, so I've discovered a dealership for all of the manufacturers. So I don't really need to find any more dealers. I will discover them if I'm in the city. If I'm visiting a city and it's a discoverable, and I discover the recruitment agency first, I will still go and find that truck dealership. But because the aim once I've skilled all 36 skills up, because there are only 6 skill trees and 6 levels. So at level 30, that's after having at level 36, you should have discovered, or you should have skilled up as far as your skills are concerned. So the next challenge then is to use all of is to find all of the drivers, get a garage in as many cities as I possibly can. I'm going to do capitals, country capitals, and vehicle locations, and then it's going to be about finding the roads to get that map discovered percentage to 100%. So those are going to be my aims, and I believe the maximum level you can attain is level 150. I believe it was 75 when they first released the game. I think an update increased that to 150. So that will be a long-term goal, which we may or may not achieve. We will certainly get to level 36 though. We're at level 12 already, so we are a third of the way there. Then we're going straight. We need to keep on this side of the road. So I don't know what happens, because I know there are only a certain number of upgrades they've got. So at a certain point, you stop. There must be nothing you can upgrade. Now I imagine you'll run out of upgrades at level 36. As I said, I'm at level 30 on my private profile, and they're already doing upgrading stupid things like paint schemes, and that's fine. It's interesting. It's not what we're going to do. As I've already stated, I want to develop a City of Liverpool paint scheme with this dark purple look that they have, and with the white stylized liverbird. It's not the liverbird that appears on the Liverpool Football Club shirt. It's the liverbird that appears on the City of Liverpool Council notices and street signs and bins and lorries and vehicles, and it's that logo. So I've no wish to alienate Everton or Tranmere fans who are part of the great city of Liverpool, who share pride in being from Liverpool. Actually, to be honest, I've no wish to alienate anyone from the rest of the UK, but the fact remains I'm going to have this City of Liverpool look to all of the vehicles. I don't quite know how it works, because I've never done one of these things before. I don't know whether it's going to be whether it's something I have to discover during the game, or whether because I've created it, it'll be available from the get-go. And also, I don't know whether I have to set the value for it, in which case I'll make it as cheap as possible. I think the cheapest one is like £1,200. I think the cheapest paint scheme is £1,200. So if I can make it £1,200, I'll make it £1,200. Let's be honest, to make it any cheaper than that would be tad unrealistic, because £1,200 sounds about right for a paint scheme. And we've got a junction coming up that we're about to turn off. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to take some advice from trucker JCDDM Dad, or Tracy. JCDDM Dad is his Twitch profile name. On YouTube, he's the Trucking Trucker. That's trucking without the G. Trucking Trucker. And he's got 4 videos which are driving in this game from the perspective of someone who drove professionally. Now, he drove in America, which means he drove the big bull-nosed He drove a Freightliner with a huge big bull nose and a huge wheelbase. And then all of these videos are him driving a cab, what the Americans call cab over, meaning that the cab is over the engine instead of behind it. But nonetheless, his advice is welcome and interesting and fascinating. And I was very aware this was a game, and so I was playing it as a game. But if you just take a moment to drive the way you drive on the road, so you can get a little bit more out of this game. So my eyes are flicking between the mirrors, and that didn't help me not pinch that poor white bus out of the way. I'm trying to stay in the lane. I'm trying to flick between all the mirrors. When I've got a track IR, I'll be using my head to go between the mirrors, so it'll be a lot more obvious that I'm doing that. I'm trying to be aware of my speed, so periodically I'm looking at my speed. When I am when I've got my steering wheel, my GT27, I'm going to be using the 8 shifter, which means I'm going to be using the clutch. I'm not going to be looking at the rev counter. I'm going to be doing it from sound. I'm going to be doing it by sound, which means that I'll be going up the gears quite quickly from stationary, and then as the truck sounds like it's struggling, before it reaches, just as it's about to reach a stage where it sounds like it's struggling, I'm going to start changing gears. See if we can do this without making that poor bus, that white bus in our... Yeah, we did it. Mind you, we turned off. We are halfway on our fuel, but we are halfway in our journey, so we'll pop in and get some fuel. We are going to have to get some sleep at some point. And we are under 11 hours. 11 hours is how long it takes to sleep. Sorry, how much time you've got to left to drive after you've had a sleep. Let's check how long we've got. We've got 6 3/4 hours before we have to have a sleep, and 21 hours to make the journey. So 21 hours. So we've got a good 12 hours of spare time. So that's we've got a spare hour. We've got a spare hour. That's good. So we might not be able to go into Warsaw. We'll see. We might need to be on that one. Concentrate on the road ahead. Actually, I could have just stayed in that lane and gone around that side. That would have been safer. That's what I should have done. Let's slow it down a little bit so that we're not barreling too fast around these corners. So yes, obviously not on corners like this. On corners like this, I'm sort of I'm watching the corners of the window so that I can stay in lane. That's my focus. I'm not looking at the mirrors because I don't need to. Okay. That guy's okay, he's not going to want to come out, and he's in lane, so he's alright. So we don't have to avoid the big... what's that? FCP. The big FCP lorry. With that Mercedes Actros in. Oh, yeah, I caused him to brake. That's bad driving. So where are we now? We've passed Berlin. We are very close to this border here, which is Poland. So we should have a straight run on the A2 all the way to Warsaw. So, provided we don't do anything silly, we should be alright. I'm going to check once we've... so just under 9 hours left of driving to go. When we cross the border, I'm going to check the map again. I'm going to have to pause the game to remove the current footage, and then we can carry on with our journey. So we're just waiting to see flags. I'm going to pause the game when we see flags. I'm going to hit the map and then come back in. So So I've gone all quiet now, haven't I? So Poland is a relatively cheap place to be. It's relatively cheap to buy petrol, so I'm going to wait to get petrol until I'm in Poland, and then once we're in Poland, with about 4 hours of driving left to go, I will try and find a petrol station. A rest stop to get some rest. As we'll see when I upgrade the bogie to the more stable 6x4x2, you'll see that I have to get petrol more frequently because it chops your fuel tank in half. Because the space that the wheels take up is on this current bogie is occupied by fuel tank, so I can go quite a long distance on this fuel tank. I'm not as bothered by doing the fuel. I am quite happy to use the fuel stops as a point at which to pause and upload footage. Actually, that might be an idea for this. Is to pause and upload at a petrol station. I never understood what the purpose of this was for. Is it just in case they suspect you of carrying contraband on the back of your lorry that they pull you over? So we're up to 90, which is all that this limited truck is capable of doing. Come on. Alright, let's find the petrol stop. Let's just double check the map, find out where our nearest petrol stop is. Alright, that's what everyone's slowing for. They're all slowing for the toll booth. So we'll stop there for petrol on the A2. So we're not far from petrol. We nearly clouted that black Actros. That was bad news. And there's a nice empty toll booth. And we keep our ticket and we make our way. So we're actually in Poland now. So what I'll do is I will pause the game once we are at the petrol station.